I'm here with the cast of Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender. Welcome to Comic-Con.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
I just want to say I saw this film this weekend. I just want to say this is not exaggeration because you're here, but now I get to say this in person. This is the best animated movie I've seen this year.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much.
Because for the longest time I've been an Avatar fan of this, entire IP, but this IP represents, a story about hope, about friendship, about family, and you guys were able to beautifully, display that with your voices as Team Avatar in the fullest authentic way, and it brought tears to me, and my wife was watching it too, so I just want to say thank you to all four of you. I start with you, Eric. You obviously led this entire cast, and Aang, now as an evolved version of himself, he's not learning all the elements, he's now Avatar Aang, but he still is dealing with baggage that we actually dive into in season 1 of him as a child dealing with leaving the air nomads, but now we're seeing him dealing with unforgiveness with himself. What was that process when you were talking with the creators of Avatar, how to fully display Aang in a new level of his life?
That's a multi-layered question.
Hey, I'm doing my job well.
Yeah, no, I think, to your point, we meet Aang in his 20s. He is a fully fledged avatar. He has great control over all of his abilities, and he's come to terms with the fact that he is responsible for the world and balance. But I think when it comes to his past, there's still a lot of unresolved tension, and he hasn't fully forgiven himself for I guess when he was 12, and having run away from the conflict. And so I think this movie kind of takes him on this journey to rediscovering or truly discovering parts about his culture and heritage for the first time through Taga and meeting him and learning new skills and tricks and all that type of stuff. But then by the end, coming full circle, learning to forgive himself, which I think is such an important thing that we should all kind of be able to do, because we all are flawed and we all have our issues. And I think that's what Avatar does so well. It's about teaching us lessons in a very approachable way. They can seem in some ways juvenile, but they're very at its core a human lesson in so many of the seasons in the film and the TV show. Sorry, I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you absolutely did. I felt with Team Avatar, obviously, it being an animated show, that the voices are very distinct to my childhood. And I felt the two characters that I thought was going to be difficult to transition as an adult was Sokka and Toph. And you guys kept the mannerisms with your voices beautifully. And I just want to know, what was the process of you guys of not, let's say, creating like a, impersonation of those characters, but you're making that character your own, but still remembering that's Toph Beifong, that's Sokka.
What do you think, Dion?
Okay, so I watched the show quite a bit, off and on, so I had a real sense of Toph, and I wanted to really bring the core of her essence, all the things that she is, and that sort of was my focus. I wouldn't say it was so much about mannerisms or that happened, that was the end result, but I really wanted to, really make her the older Toph. And so I really worked very, very diligently to try to respect all that came before and then bring what I think she would be like if she were older and what she's becoming. So, yeah.
Yeah, same. I think I got kind of lucky where I feel like my voice naturally kind of sits in a similar place to Sokka, especially if I really try to animate it. I'm like, oh, I kind of weirdly sound like this guy. And then watching Jack DeSena, listening to his voice, it's like, how can I find a middle ground between his voice and mine, so I'm not just trying to copy him, but listen to how his inflections and when does he go really crazy and when does he bring it down. So yeah, listening to him, working with all the amazing creatives, and then the animators just making it just look and sound and just everything coming together really brought it together.
Yeah, and I felt, again, as with you guys as having the mannerisms of these characters have history, but in this film we're seeing these characters off doing, living their own lives, but back when they're all together, Katara was usually kind of like the mother of the group, and yet I'm seeing that you guys have evolved where you guys doing your own thing, but when it's time for you guys to come back together, you guys picked off where you left off. And I just know, what was the process of you guys as terms of in the sound booth of creating that level of chemistry, even though you're coming onto this project, but also making sure that you guys are establishing relationships on your own?
So we never saw each other in the booth once.
At all.
Wow.
We met Dion today for the
Dion
first
today.
time.
Yes.
So it was all very much a isolated, insulated. I don't know what the right word
Yeah, like
is.
isolated. Yeah.
Isolated kind of recording process. Dave, we met for the first time today as well.
And still haven't met Steven.
That is insane.
You know?
Absolutely insane.
So crazy.
So I think we probably give a lot of credit to Lauren and Latifah, our director, our producer, the creators,
Yes.
who, you know, at the end of the day, they are the visionaries. They are the ones that literally directing, and our job is to take their direction and give it as much life as possible so that they can piece it together the best they can. And so to me, I just give them a lot of credit.
Yes.
And of course, everybody here did their absolute best. So yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to say, just wrap things up again. This story, I feel, is told to a lot of millennials, older Gen Z now, about unforgiveness of childhood trauma that they've been carrying on for years. And I just question how awfully, like, when the reception of this movie comes out, would you guys like to team up again and stay in this time period and have more stories to tell of Team Avatar together?
Absolutely.
Please.
Absolutely.
That would be lovely.
Please. There's things that I wish. No, I'm just not saying anything. But yes.
Okay.
yes,
All
we
right.
want to do more. So watch
We
watch
would
it on
love
Paramount
to
Plus.
do Paramount Plus. Hey guys, please go watch this on Paramount Plus as a signal to the peoples, so the peoples can help us make more
Make
things
more,
for
yes.
the peoples. You know?
Listen to Aang.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I
We
mean?
need those ratings if you want more Avatar in your life.
Right. That's all we can say.
You're part of the team.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just say for you, make sure you go check out this film this Friday on Paramount Plus and in select theaters in LA and New York. And we see you guys next video. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.